Hello everyone, thank you for listening and watching. My name is Nefertiti and you can find my information in the description box below. In this video, I'm going to be discussing the energies of the 12-12-21 activation portal day. This is a major activation day that takes place every year, but this particular year it's extra potent because it's coming right on the heels of the Sagittarius new moon eclipse, and we are still under the influence of the Saturn-Uranus square transit, which is going exact in a couple of days. I think it's on the 14th. So this 12-12 day is sandwiched between these two highly charged transits that speak to change, to upheaval. They're very, very karmic, right? We've been seeing this all year. The 12-12 activation day is associated with the twin flame connection, if you resonate with that. When it comes to that connection, twin flames, soulmates, whatever term you want to use, right? Those higher level, usually romantic connections. With this particular 12-12 activation, right? It's about shadow work. So 11-11 is about connecting, right? People coming together. 12-12 is and could be about separation, right? So this is energy for twins that are either in separation by choice or separated by spirit, because both of these things can occur. You know, I'm a twin, for example, that has been separated by spirit. They showed me this, okay, that my twin and I will not be together in this lifetime because he has not done the work. And I'm over that. Like, I'm going to discuss that in another video, but I just wanted to talk about that because that's a big part of this day, right? There's going to be a lot of major changes and shifts, right? The seeds of these shifts that ultimately put you on your destined or karmic path. It all depends on the seeds that you've planted, though, right? Some people are actually in karmic debt. And I've done a video talking about black magic and the karmic cycles, and you can watch those if you want to get more information. But what's happening is people are starting to get a lot of backfiring energy, especially if they try to do energy work or spell work or anything like that, black magic, on somebody that's chosen, somebody that's highly spiritual, or just somebody that knows how to protect themselves spiritually. And most of the people that listen to my videos know about spiritual protection, how important it is, and how in my opinion, it should be one of the first things that you learn about when it comes to like ascension and you're getting on your spiritual path. Okay, there's just a lot of energies that you are privy to, and not every entity, energy has your best interest, right? Or holds your best interest. But yeah, so definitely practice your spiritual protection. Major changes, major shifts. That's what Spirit is telling me. And we're going to be seeing a lot of synchronicities too, leading up to and on the 12-12 day, right? One thing that Spirit told me too, my spirit team, is to watch for false synchronicities. So I'll give you an example. I have been getting a lot of messages about furthering my education when it comes to spirituality. Now, I've been on this path for a while, so I've gotten a lot of information. I've done a lot of studying, but I'm getting into a lot of topics that are a little more complex. And I kept hearing, you know, it's time to go back to school. It's time to go back to school. I've been hearing that since the summer. And I started getting these emails for like single mom grants to go back to actual school, to physical school. And in order for me to do that, I would have to be a part of the vaccination station. Okay. And that is a touchy subject. That is not something I'm willing to do. And I don't criticize or look, you know, or have anything to say to anyone that does do that, that does go through with that. We know what that is. But I personally don't think that's a good choice for me and my son. But having said that, that was a requirement in order for me to go back to school. So I thought about that, because this is something that I felt spiritually guided not to do. And after a couple of days of kind of processing it, I realized that it was a false synchronicity. And then I started to see more and more of these show up, right? So it's like the difference between being right and almost right. You know what I mean? Like when you plant that seed of intention and you get almost what you wanted to manifest, but not quite. And see, that's just enough to throw you off of your path. So I hope that made sense. And another thing that's significant about this 12-12-21 day is that it's the end of a major cycle that began on 12-12-12, right? We all know that was a big activation day. I mean, that was when a lot of you all got on your path, right? A lot of us really started to understand subtle energies and energy healing modalities. Perhaps you started doing yoga or just getting more interested in metaphysics, right? And the definition of metaphysics is going beyond the physical. So again, that was a major cycle from 12-12-12 to 12-12-21. So we've learned a lot of lessons in this time about love, about fear on many levels, right? I mean, we've all gone through that part of ascension where we figure out how fucked up the world is, how crazy our family members are, and we learn about entities and all this kind of stuff. And it's all a part of it, right? All of those lessons that take us down that vibrational spiral, right? Into anger and rage, resentment, but ultimately so we can heal these things, right? Because we can only connect to those energies if they're within us already. 12-12-21 in numerology breaks down to 9, which speaks to purpose, discovery, fulfillment, and getting lots of messages from your spirit team. And this is Sagittarius season, and Sagittarius also rules the 9th house of astrology. So you could be seeing a lot of 9 combinations everywhere. I've been seeing 999 quite a bit, and that means there's going to be a definite ending to a cycle. So some people on this ascension journey have been having some difficulties, right? Even if you are understanding, as to why you're going through certain things, it's still hard. But what Spirit told me is that the worst part is over, right? And we're going to be seeing a new wave of people waking up, and the 999 for them means a definite end to their illusions, right? So this could be very difficult. Not to mention the fact that energies have been speeding up ever since 12-12-12. So people are getting their karma a lot faster, their lessons are a lot faster, sometimes a lot harsher. And this is just the energy that we're in, right? Sink or swim, right? Shit or get off the pot. I mean, life is speeding up as we're moving into higher dimensions, right? That's just what it is. Time doesn't exist. And as we get closer to this non-existence, time just gets faster and faster and faster. Okay? So again, we're going to be getting lots of downloads and more specific instructions and practical ways to get our work done, to get our light working done. And when I say practical, I'm talking about the nuts and bolts, like your daily schedule, the things that you need to do to be prepared to do your light work, right? Whatever that means for you, maybe getting your office set up or starting that blog or whatever it is that's going to help you get your message out, the vehicle that you're going to use, the tools that you're going to use to do your light work. And that's different for everybody. But I feel like we're going to be getting a lot of practical information. So definitely keep a notebook with you, or take some voice notes, right? And don't overlook anything, any download, or even if you think it's a download, write it down and just sit with it for a little while, make some time to really process it and try to understand what spirit is telling you if it's complicated. But again, I feel like we're going to be getting a lot more practical information. And when I was talking about studying earlier, I know a lot of you have gotten that message as well about studying and learning about your particular light working path, right? So for some of you, that could mean school. That could mean you getting a trade or getting that certification, doing that online course, whatever it is that's going to assist you in your light work. So that is all of the positives of the 12-12-21 energy portal. So let's talk about some of the shadow stuff, right? We got to keep it in balance. I'm not sure if you've noticed, and you can comment down below, but there has been a lot of energy around sacrifice, right? Sacrifice energy has been very heavy, which is the darknesses, which is the opposition's way of trying their hardest to distract us and keep us in fear. Because as we know, they're running out of energy, they are being exposed, their shit is not working anymore, but we're still seeing a lot of like pockets, right, of negativity. I mean, just this year alone, there have been 30 school shootings, 17 terrorist attacks, and I don't even want to talk about the people perishing from the quote unquote world health situation, right? And they're not even talking about, in major news, the number of opioid deaths and fentanyl deaths, the flooding that's going on all over the world, the earthquakes. On a personal level, me and maybe some of you have been victimized energetically with people wanting to sacrifice us on some level, right? This could be physically trying to kill us, right? Or energetically trying to kill us, like my mother, she was energetically killed. Okay? This is real shit. People die from other people doing black magic spell work on them, and they're not protecting themselves, or they're not listening to their intuition, and they're doing something that they probably shouldn't do, and it puts them in the wrong place at the wrong time. I guess from our vantage point, I guess, because really, we all die when we're supposed to, or cross over, transition when we're supposed to. But this is a choice. From what I understand, even when we cross over, we have a choice as to whether or not it's, we can leave. I'm not really sure. I've never died, but I've heard that, we have an option if it's before our predestined time as to whether or not we want to go. Right? That's a complicated subject, but that's what I've heard, and that kind of resonates with me on some level. So, having said that, if we are in God's hands, right? Our lives are in God's hands and Spirit's hands. There's nobody on earth that can step into that role and decide that it's time for us to die. They are not God, right? Anybody that's doing black magic, spell work, sending negative energy to somebody, trying to fuck up somebody's future in life, you are really in a bad way, okay? You're trying to play God, and you are not God. It says in the Bible, thou shalt have no other gods before me, okay? And one thing that Spirit does, and I mentioned this earlier, is that they'll let you get into karmic debt. You might think that you're getting away with something, but what's happening is you're just building up this energy, right? Until there's no more room for it, and it has to go somewhere. If it's not going towards your intended target because they're spiritually protected, then it's coming back to you. It's especially going to go back to you if the person that you are intending it to go to knows how to reverse energy. So maybe find something else to do with your time if this is you and you're listening, which I'm sure some of the people that are trying to send me energy are, right? And probably watching you too. The same, these people really need to just get something else to do. Do your fucking shadow work, okay? Connect to your spirit team. Figure out what your life purpose is. And stop creating bad, negative karma for yourself that you only have to pay back. Anyways, the world is changing. That we know, okay? It's changing quickly. People talk about this new normal. There is no new normal, right? At least for the next 3 years, we have to embrace change, period. Right? Now we are moving into more like fixed energy with this eclipse, but with the eclipse axis is changing, right? Going into Taurus and Scorpio, I think. But that is just about building, right? We're still going to be going through changes and shifts. We're still going to be wrapping up karmic cycles, right? Because time is fluid and we're in this 3D reality. So things take a little bit longer, right? But spiritually speaking, 999, right? These cycles are coming to a definite end on the macro and the micro, right? We're moving towards love. We're moving towards unity. We're moving towards balance in our personal lives and collectively. And there's nothing anyone can do to stop it. But you have to know this. You have to know this as a sovereign being. And you have to protect your energy and educate yourself. So I would encourage you to go into meditation on this day, to really pay attention to the synchronicities, even the fake synchronicities. And you'll know, right? Because something will just be slightly off. But pay attention, because that means you're on the right path too. Something's trying to stop you. Okay? So I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I look forward to speaking to you again really soon. Have a wonderful 12-12-21 activation day. Namaste.